While the Russia-Ukraine war continues at full speed, developments continue on the battlefield. We have compiled for you the news titled, "3 Weapons That Changed the Course of Ukraine's War with Russia," written by Brad Lendon from CNN Internation, which conveys the developments on the battlefield. When Russian President Vladimir Putin sent his forces into Ukraine a year ago, most observers expected a quick victory for the invaders. Those early predictions of Russian success have not materialized, for what experts cite as a variety of factors, including higher morale and superior military tactics on the Ukrainian side, but also, crucially, the supply of Western armaments. While recent headlines have made much of the potential for Western battle tanks or Patriot air defense systems to influence the war's outcome, these systems have yet to be used in combat in Ukraine. But there are other weapons that have already helped to change the course of the war. Here are 3 key ones that the Ukrainians have used to devastating effect. Javelin. At the very beginning of the war, fighters on both sides were expecting Russian armored columns to begin rolling into the Ukrainian capital of Kiev within days. The Ukrainians needed something that could blunt that attack and found it in the form of the Javelin, a shoulder-fired, guided anti-tank missile that can be deployed by a single individual. The Javelin is a fire-and-forget weapon. As soon as its operator takes the shot, they are able to run for cover while the missile finds its way to the target. This was particularly important in the early days of the war, as the Russians tended to stay in columns when trying to enter urban areas. A Javelin operator could fire from a building or behind a tree and be gone before the Russians could fire back. The Javelin is also good at targeting the weak spot of the Russian tanks, their horizontal surfaces, because its trajectory after launch sees it curve upwards then fall on the target from above, according to Lockheed Martin. There was one other advantage to the Javelins, particularly pertinent at the start of the war: they were politically acceptable. Their low cost and defensive usage make them politically easier for other countries to provide. Michael Armstrong, an associate professor at Brock University in Ontario, wrote on the conversation. By contrast, governments disagree about sending more expensive offensive weapons like warplanes. HIMARS. The full U.S. Army name is the M142 High Mobility Artillery Rocket System. It's a full-spectrum, combat-proven, all-weather, 24/7, lethal and responsive, wheeled precision strike weapons system, the U.S. Army says. That's a mouthful, but to put it more plainly, HIMARS is a 5-ton truck carrying a pod that can launch 6 rockets almost simultaneously, sending their explosive warheads well beyond the battlefield's front lines, and then quickly change positions to avoid a counterstrike. HIMARS fires munitions called the Guided Multiple Launch Rocket System, GMLRS, that have a range of 70 to 80 kilometers, about 50 miles. And their GPS guidance systems make them extremely accurate, within about 10 meters, 33 feet, of their intended target. HIMARS has had 2 key effects. Yegil Hekin, a professor at the Israel Defense Forces Command and Staff College, wrote for the U.S. Marine Corps University Press. The strikes have forced the Russians to move their ammunition depots farther to the rear, thereby reducing the available firepower of Russian artillery near the front lines and making logistical support more difficult, Hekin wrote. And using the long-range rockets to hit targets such as bridges has disrupted Russian supply efforts, he said. The HIMARS system is manufactured and patented in the United States by Lockheed Martin. Bayraktar TB2 drone. Bayraktar TB2 drone. The Turkish-designed drone has become one of the world's best-known unmanned aerial vehicles, UAV, due to its use in the Ukraine war. It's relatively cheap, made with off-the-shelf parts, packs a lethal punch and records its kills on video. Those videos have shown it taking out Russian armor, artillery, and supply lines with the missiles, laser-guided rockets and smart bombs it carries. Viral videos of the TB2 are a perfect example of modern warfare in the TikTok era. Aaron Stein, a senior fellow at the Foreign Policy Research Institute, wrote on the Atlantic Council's website. The Bayraktar TB2 was not a magic weapon, but it was good enough, he wrote. Recent reports from Ukraine indicate the TB2 may be playing less of a role as Russian forces figure out how to combat it, yet its fans say it delivered when Ukraine's position was most precarious. We have made a detailed video about Turkey's ability to produce unmanned aerial vehicles. You can watch it on our YouTube channel.